The Christian life was meant to be lived out. To be a Christian, to have a Christian worldview, is to allow it to permeate every area of your life. Everything that you do, everything that you say, it should affect how you live your life, more than just where you end up on a Sunday morning. It's not just a belief that you mentally agree with. It's based on objectively true historical events, revolving around the true historical existence of a man who walked the earth 2,000 years ago, a man who lived a sinless life, who went around performing true miracles and healings, a real man in history who willingly gave himself up to be crucified, to die a horrific and painful death, to take the punishment of all of us who have sinned on himself so that we wouldn't have to take that punishment. A real man in history who is also really fully God, and who proved it by predicting and accomplishing his own resurrection. If this is all true, and it is, it's not some Sunday school flannelgram story for children. And when you look at the true, real, historical evidence, and you discover that Jesus was not just any old human being, not just a good moral teacher or nice prophet, or not just a baby in a manger, or some children's story, that you realize that when you realize that it is just that it's all true. And if it's all true, then there is a higher authority, a source of all true moral goodness, who has redeemed us and who is restoring his fallen creation to its original purpose. And when we then begin to realize that there is a way that God actually does want us to live, and I'm not just talking about obeying rules and laws and doing the quote-unquote right thing. I'm talking about the plan that God has for us to walk out daily as ambassadors for Christ in our family life, in our work life, in our school life, in our prayer life, and in our public life. What is your role in the kingdom? This is not a passive belief system. It affects everything that we do in life. To shine a light, to push back the darkness, and accomplish his purposes in this world, to fill the earth and subdue it. The question is, are you comfortable with identifying with that brand, that type of true Christianity? Are you willing to change your mind about your Christian life? Are you willing to examine every area of your life and every belief that you hold, every habit that you have, every relationship that you maintain, and your very own purpose in life, and bring it into line with biblical truth in order to, no matter how uncomfortable it is, no matter what it might require of you, no matter what others might think about the change that they see in you? I would hope and pray that you would honestly consider this. And again, if your answer to this is no, that you wouldn't consider what it might take to truly live out the Christian life, and you're just good calling yourself by that name and showing up on a Sunday morning and then going about the rest of your week, if that's your answer to all this, ask yourself why. If you believe that this is true and your eternity depends on it, and there's a king and an authority over our lives, should you value anything else more than that? Isn't it time to start making at least one small change? Maybe that one small change will lead to another small change, and then to another, and so on. Seriously and honestly ask yourself that. Probe your heart and be open to changing your mind.